Hey everybody, this is D Hunter bringing you another action figure review. Today we're going to be looking at the McFarlane DC Multiverse bronze chase variant of the Arkham Asylum Batman. Now, McFarlane introduced the chase variant with Arkham Asylum Joker first. I'm personally not super fond of these bronze chase variants. They don't really do much in my action figure collection. I mean, besides using them for a statue, not really sure why they decided with the bronze color. But I'm a sucker for variants, and with Batman characters, I'm a completist. I've got to get them all. They were going to make this a New York Comic Con exclusive, as well as, I believe, a retail exclusive. But since New York Comic Con was canceled, they ended up offering them at Walmart.com. I pre-ordered mine. It finally arrived. So let's go and check out the packaging here. As you can see at the top, 22 moving parts, McFarlane Toys, got the Spawn logo, ages 12 plus. Here he is, all bronze, and are his accessories. DC Multiverse Batman, one side, Arkham Asylum Batman, other side, just Batman. At the bottom, there is a barcode, although it has a different barcode taped on top of what is perhaps the original barcode, in case this helps anybody, as well as a bunch of credits. And on the back, here's Batman from the game, and here are a bunch of other McFarlane DC Multiverse figures you should track down. So with no further ado, let's open him up. And I got this guy in a pretty nice haul from FedEx today. I got two of the bronze Batmans, one of which to open and enjoy, and one to keep unopened in my complete 6 and 7 inch Batman related unopened action figure collection. I also got this Marvel Legends movie Logan and Charles Xavier 2-pack. The funny thing is, this Marvel set was a San Diego Comic Con exclusive earlier this year, later offered at Hasbro Pulse. And the bronze Batman was a New York Comic Con exclusive, later offered at Walmart.com. What are the odds of getting a San Diego and New York Comic Con exclusive on the same day? Alright, now that we got this figure out of the package, here he is with all of his accessories laid out. He does come with a display stand, a collector's card, 2 batarangs, the remote claw, and a glue grenade. And I will say, that choice of accessories is kind of odd for this Batman. This is Batman from Arkham Asylum, the first of the Arkham games, and the remote claw and glue grenade were only used in Arkham Origins, so it makes you wonder if McFarlane mixed stuff up or not, and if they didn't, why would they ever intend for those accessories to come with this Batman? So this is the bronze chase variant version of this Batman. He was originally supposed to be offered as a New York Comic Con exclusive, but all the Comic Cons have been canceled lately, so McFarlane got this guy put up at Walmart.com. I was happy to grab 2 of them. They were unfortunately $40 each, not the usual $20 price point for this guy, but I was happy to check him off my list and not have to chase him down. So this bronze variant, I believe, has 3,000 of them out there, mixed in with random Arkham Asylum Batman figures. Of course, they set aside a nice amount for the New York Comic Con. If you get this guy at Walmart, Target, Amazon, Big Bad Toy Store, any place that gets this guy, there's a very small chance they received a bronze version. That could be annoying if somebody just wants to get the Batman, the regular version, and orders it and gets the bronze one, but that's a chase variant for you. So, let's go ahead and look at the figure. I will say Arkham Asylum is a great game. It's about 10 years old. It is not that dated. Little the graphics are, but the story, the way Batman moves is excellent. Looking at this bronze Batman, I remember how much I love the first Arkham Asylum McFarlane Batman release. He has those super long ears. It looks great. The cowl looks nice. The bronze color, for me, doesn't do too much. I don't know what I'm going to do with this guy in my collection, besides just going to a huge bin of Batman figures. He could be a statue of Batman. He did die in Arkham Knight, so that could make some sense. The fact that he's a bronze color, I'm going to get all the McFarlane Batman-related figures, every variation, because I'm a completist with Batman figures, just the way it is. But I'm not going to get that much enjoyment out of this bronze figure, as I really can't do much with him. I would have rather them do just sort of a bloodied-up version variant or something like that. Still, he looks cool. Going down, single-jointed elbows, the texturing on the suit, you can see it's just different in all kind of places. The sculpting detail is fantastic on this guy. Double-jointed knees. Now, something I noticed, his cape here, a little bit of paint chipped off, exposing black underneath. So either the entire figure was casted in black plastic and painted bronze, or maybe it was just the cape. Seems like an odd decision not to cast that just in bronze plastic. Now let's check out his accessories, and let's start off with the boring stuff. Here's his display stand. It's a perfect black circle, typical McFarlane stand. Got the DC logo at the bottom, one peg for the peg holes for their feet. It's very thin, very basic. Now let's look at his collector's card. This is an image of Batman from the game, just standing there nice and tall. I notice it's a silver, sort of shiny on the edges. That's different from the original card. On the back, there is a bio and description of Batman. It says Arkham Asylum count 2009. I guess it's been more than 10 years. Boy, the time goes by. Here's the bronze Batman's collector's card next to the original collector's card. I will say, I've noticed they've cheapened up their cards. Look how thick the older ones were compared to the newer ones. Here's the remote claw. In the game, Deathstroke uses a weapon against you and you end up taking it from him and you have it for the rest of the game. Got a handle at the bottom, some different textures there, a trigger. Overall it looks good, and the fact that it's casted in bronze is going to add a little bit of diversity to my Batman armory. Here it is, next to the standard McFarlane Arkham Asylum remote claw release, and then here's the DC Direct version. This is how the figure can hold the remote claw. His hand, his trigger finger fits in there nicely. Although I believe in the game he held the remote claw like this. One hand on the trigger area, another one holding the base. So this guy can hold the weapon nicely, but he sure cannot hold it game accurately. When I first got the original figure, I assumed this was sort of a smoke pellet or grenade like that, but this is definitely the glue grenade. What's odd is he didn't use anything like this in Arkham Asylum. In Arkham City he had a freeze grenade, which was pretty much the exact same thing as a glue grenade. But that weapon is specific to Arkham Origins, so it's very odd they included it with this figure. Here it is, next to the standard glue grenade release. Here he is, getting ready to throw the glue grenade. And here are his batarangs, both in bronze color. One is folded up, one is open. It'd be really cool if you could attach the folded one to his belt, but you can't. I remember the DC Direct one, it was actually hinged, it was able to fold open and shut. That was such a cool feature. Unfortunately, mine ended up breaking over time and I had to glue it stuck open. Here are his batarangs, next to the original Arkham Asylum batarang releases, as well as a DC Direct one at the top. You can really see the paint job was nice on the original release. Different sort of shades of gray and black, some weathering, some damage, nice sculpting detail. And then here he is holding and getting ready to throw this batarang. Now that we've taken a pretty good look at both the figure and his accessories, now let's check out his height. From bottom to the top of his head, sitting at about 7.25 inches tall, which is going to translate to about 18.5 centimeters. And if you go to the top of the ears, about 7.6 inches tall. Now let's check out his articulation. Starting with his head here, can rotate from side to side, can look up and down about that much. Shoulders on a ball joint, they can go out more than 90 degrees, a little bit obstructed from his cape there. Up, down, around, all that good stuff. There is a butterfly joint between his shoulder and chest, allow him to go forward and back, up and down more. He's got a bicep cut below that, single jointed elbows, they can go in this far. His wrist can rotate around and it's hinged as well. And if you wanted to change the way it's hinged, you can sort of hold that ball in place, rotate the hand, and then hinge it differently. He's got a ball joint in his torso, can rotate around, go forward and back pretty far. He's got another ball joint in his waist. It can also rotate around and go forward and back, giving him a very wide range of motion in his torso. Legs go out about this far, not a ball joint, but a similar type concept. They can swivel the tiniest bit there. Then go forward about that far, back about that much. Double jointed knees, go all the way back. Then his foot here, there's a ball in the ankle. It can go forward and back. Toe articulation, it can rotate, and then it can tilt rock a little bit. Mine seems to be a little bit stuck. Normally at this part of the video, I would show in some different action poses and different dioramas and displays. But this guy being a chase variant, the bronze version, he wouldn't look right with other figures or in any scenarios. This is just a collector's item. The only thing I could realistically see myself doing with him is having him be a statue or memorial of Batman. But since Batman died in Arkham Knight, the Arkham Knight bronze version would be a little bit more appropriate for that. So next, let's check him out compared with some other action figures, starting off with some other McFarlane DC Multiverse figures. Here's this Bronze Chase Batman next to the Bronze Chase Arkham Asylum Joker. I'm looking forward to getting the Bronze Arkham Knight Batman and the Bronze Arkham Origins Deathstroke. More Chase variants to track down. If anyone's able to help me out, drop me a line in the comments below. Right now they're pretty hard to find, but those figures just started dropping online. As they become more common, I'm expecting to be able to get them on eBay for about 40 bucks. And here he is, next to the original version of Batman. A lot of these details are lost because of the solid bronze color, but this guy is phenomenal. His face looks great, the brow on the cowl, the mouth, his chest. I mean, all the different detailing, how it's not just solid black. I like it. The way this guy came out is excellent. A great Batman figure in my opinion. And here he is next to the entire McFarlane Arkham collection as of this time. I do know about the other bronze variants upcoming, but they haven't officially announced or shown any other characters, and I really do hope they keep pushing and go deep into these lines. I imagine these guys are selling well, so hopefully they're going to get the message and give us some villains and more characters. Here are all the different Batman figures that McFarlane has made so far. Now there's a difference between a chase variant and a variant. Those light blue Batmans on the right were just regular variants. They were plentiful, but a different color from the original. This bronze one is a chase variant, limited to 3,000 pieces and hard to find. Here he is, next to the entire McFarlane DC Multiverse collection. If you count all the variants, I believe I have 42 figures and one vehicle, and I'm not fully caught up. Things that I hope to be able to get before the year ends. Bronze Arkham Origins Deathstroke, Bronze Arkham Knight Batman, Red Hood and New 52 Nightwing 2-pack, and the Flashpoint Batman. And here's a little bit more of an aerial view of the entire collection. Now let's check him out with the DC Direct Arkham Asylum collection. Here he is, next to the original DC Direct Arkham Asylum Batman. And here he is, next to all the different DC Direct Arkham Asylum Batman figures they've made. From left to right, we've got the Arkham Asylum Armored Batman. Of course, we've got the McFarlane Bronze Batman. Then the standard Arkham Asylum Batman. And then the battle-damaged Arkham Asylum Batman. Here he is, next to the entire DC Direct Arkham Asylum roster. One mildly interesting thing, Killer Croc here was actually released in the Arkham City line, but he was prominently featured in Arkham Asylum and only for a couple seconds in Arkham City. Here he is, next to another oddly painted Arkham Batman. This is a Mattel Batman Legacy Gray Arkham City Batman. And the gray color actually makes more sense than the bronze color, as it was based off a poster that was in gray. At least it was based off some kind of reality, whereas this bronze one was just completely thrown out there out of the blue. Now let's check him out, compared with some action figures from different various companies, to see how he fits in both scale and style-wise, in case you want to know which lines you can mix him with. Here he is, with some of his McFarlane brothers. In front of you are 5 different action figure lines, all from McFarlane Toys, all 7-inch scale. And here he is, with some DST, or Diamond Select toys. Then, next to some DC Direct and DC Collectibles Batman figures. And here, with some NECA Batman figures. Then, next to some Mattel wrestling figures. And here he is, next to some Mezco 1/12 cloth soft goods Batman figures. Then, with some Mattel DC Universe Classics and Multiverse Batman figures. And next to some Mafex Batman figures. Then, with some Hasbro Marvel Legends. And here he is, next to some SH Figure Arts Batman figures. And finally, here he is, next to some Jazzwares Fortnite figures. So overall, this figure's pretty nice, but but it doesn't do too much for me. I must say, he looks great, the sculpt is excellent, but I prefer the original Arkham Asylum Batman. That figure is fantastic, and this one shares all the same great parts, but it's almost ruined by being plain bronze. The accessories are cool again, and I'm going to add them to my Bat Armory, but I prefer the traditional looks. I'm happy to check this figure off my list, but I do wish they did some kind of different chase variant that was actually useful in my action figure collection. If I were to rate this guy, I'd probably give him a 6.5 out of 10. I mean, he looks nice, he feels nice, he is nice, which is not very practical in my overall action figure world building. So this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add it to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll talk to you guys real soon.